You did not just interrupt me while I'm taking part in some self-improvement seminar, but I am reflecting right now on just how lucky I am. Why am I lucky? Because if it's hot in IT, I end up getting to teach it. I've taught a lot of cloud technologies for CBT Nuggets, and in this nugget, I'm going to teach you why cloud is so exciting. We're going to cut through all the marketing BS, BS being the official term, and we are going to scrutinize exactly why it's so exciting. Train anytime, anywhere, on any device. It's cloud, baby. That's right. CBT Nuggets. Every time you log in and start enjoying content that you have not downloaded through our download feature, for example, but when you're on the internet and you are accessing our training, streaming to you on your device, that is an example of software as a service. In fact, I better grab my pen because that is written in a very cool way. It's S little a, S. And we have many types of cloud-based services. So it's called software as a service because this is all software making this training happen, and you don't need to be responsible for any of it. It's all a cloud-based implementation. Let's say you're a developer and you would love to have Windows machines set up and Linux machines set up and Mac machines set up so you can test your software that you're developing. That's an example of platform as a service. So the service provider, the cloud person that you interact with, maybe it's Amazon Web Services, they spin up these devices for you to use as a platform. What if you want to have them do just about everything for you? This is called infrastructure as a service. So now you're going to like an Amazon Web Services or a Google Cloud, and you're saying, look, we need you to do all of our IT infrastructure for us. We want you to do the firewalls, the routers, the switching. We want you to take care of it all. We want to outsource our IT. So notice we can engage in cloud to varying degrees for our particular purposes. We know that Dropbox or OneDrive are great examples of utilizing the cloud to do things like the storage of our everyday documents for great benefit to us. Now, keep in mind that you could do your own cloud-based technologies. Sure, you could build this really cool data center, and you could have these cloud resources in there that your company utilizes, like they're storing stuff in a OneDrive type scenario, but it's all in-house. This is what we call private cloud. When you are using something like Dropbox, you're using a public cloud. Make sense? What if you use a mix of the two? And that's, by the way, what most companies do today. They use a hybrid cloud where they're doing some cloud-based technologies in-house. They're doing other stuff like a Dropbox they use out of the house. So they do public and private. That's the most popular model today. And then finally, there's the concept of a community cloud. What if I develop, replacement windows for homes? That just popped into my head because I'm looking out a window right now that desperately needs replacement. Anyways, so I'm a replacement window manufacturer, and I get together with a bunch of door replacement manufacturers and gutter replacement manufacturers and roof replacement people, and we form this big cloud-based infrastructure that only we can get to, that's private to us, but we are sharing it between the organizations. This would be an example of a community-based cloud infrastructure. Now, earlier I mentioned things like infrastructure as a service, where we start to say, you know what? Amazon Web Services, for example, you run all of our IT for us. One of the things that we love about this is the rapid elasticity that it gives us. What are we talking about? Well, we go up there with Amazon Web Services and we pay for like this much service as our business is growing. But then we have a spike in business and we pay for just that much. And then there's a little decline in business. And guess what? We only pay for that much. And then there's another big spike in business and we pay for that. So it's an on-demand type service, and we're paying as we go and we grow, and we can save fortunes in the long run in this type of model. For Amazon Web Services, it makes great sense because they're pooling resources. Let's say they've got a bunch of servers in there, and of course they do, in just one of their data center locations, and each of those servers can address like, oh, I don't know, 2 terabytes of RAM. So we've got this incredible amount of random access memory, and let's just say it's in these 3 servers that we're talking about. They can partition those servers through virtualization so that they can pool these resources into one location and accommodate a whole bunch of different customers that are each going to need only a fraction of those memory resources. Something else that's obviously going on when we talk cloud is services can be measured. This kind of makes me sad because as my Dropbox storage goes up, they raise the price tag in this measured service model. You know what? I find myself being a little better about archiving stuff I no longer need to work with, thanks to Dropbox. Thank you very much, Dropbox. An unseen benefit there. Deleting stuff I don't need. Anyways, you get the idea. Under the cloud model, we have this careful measuring of services because oftentimes that's tied to how charges will be incurred. We began this nugget with a web page, specifically CBT Nuggets, and we end it with the CBT Nuggets web page. Why? Well, because at CBT Nuggets, you're going to find training on all kinds of great cloud vendors. Right here you can see Amazon Web Service training, Google Cloud Platform training, Microsoft. When it comes to them, you'd be able to come in here and study all about their Azure platform as an example. So cloud is hugely popular. I hope I've piqued your interest in that technology. And as always, I hope you found this nugget informative, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.